Association's Long Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up? How the hell is everybody doing?
Hey, everybody.
Paul, Grant, are you both there?
Yeah. Can you guys hear us okay?
I can hear you.
Hold on, let me turn us up a little bit more here.
All right.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds real low on your end.
You're
Can you
not
hear
as
me now?
loud as you were last time. We can still hear you, but...
Mic test?
No, you're real low on your end.
Can you turn this anything? No, man. That's as high as it'll go.
There we go.
Yeah, just start to hear you.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, here we go. Hey, guys, I'm here with the awesome band Acherontia Styx coming from Newcastle upon Tyne, England. What's up, guys?
Yeah, you all right? Hello.
All right, welcome to the Thunderhead Show.
It's a pleasure to be on.
It's been quite a struggle, and we apologize for that. We had bad storms last week, and actually we had storms coming today, too, but they went away. Thank God.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
All right, can you give everyone a history of the band, please?
Yes, no problem. We originally formed in 2007 in Sunderland. It's a city not too far away from where we are now. However, during the writing process, the beginning, Grant had an accident and broke his shoulder, and then due to that, he actually left. So we hired a new bass player, and then I took over the vocal duties. And we recorded an EP, and we had a label called Infest Records that were interested in us at the time. But some weird goings-on happened, and they went bust, lost the recordings, and due to all that, it was quite a stressful time. We called it a day. Personally, I joined a couple of other bands after that, but nothing really came of it. Anyway, in 2017, we got back together. We started talking about the old days and said, look, hey, why don't we just, reform and start writing some new material? Because, to be honest, all of us are quite a bit older now and we couldn't remember anything. So we started to write some new material. It took a lot longer than we anticipated, but, that's the sort of us caught up to date now. And then we released the first single, Lecter.
That's cool. Now, you said you've been together since 2007, correct?
Originally, we formed in 2007, but we had quite a long hiatus.
Uh-huh. You had a lot of things going on in between, as you had said before. And can you tell us what your names are and what you guys do in the band, being that you're a two-man band?
Yeah, I am Demonthal, also known as Paul. I play guitar and do vocals, and currently doing some drum programming as well.
Cool.
Yeah, and Grant, I do a lot of the bass stuff and quite a bit of the shouting on. Paul does his fair share as well, but most of the vocal that you hear is me. I kind of do a lot of the band management sort of stuff as well, PR, getting in touch with you guys and hoping that you'll play us and do interviews and all that kind of thing.
Oh, hell yeah. Congratulations on Band of the Month, by the way. I do have a question from the chat room. Do you guys drink up on the Newcastle beer?
Yes, we sometimes do.
Yeah, there's a lot of good breweries around here. Wylam Brewery, obviously, Newcastle Brown Ale is world famous. But there's a lot of good breweries around here that do some very, very nice local beer as well. And we're partial, I would say.
Yeah, although I am more of a Scotch whiskey drinker.
Oh, well, that's good, too. I know one of you own a club, correct?
No, I used to own a live music venue. I don't do it anymore. Circumstances in life change. I had a son, and running pubs and nightclubs and that kind of stuff. When you're trying to raise a kid, it's no fun because that thing's a way of life. You know what I mean? I've been out of that game for a little while, but yeah, back in the day, I used to run a little live music venue in the northeast, and we had some very, very good gigs on. It's also how Paul and his wife met. So.
There you go. So now, how did you guys meet in order to get the band together?
I think we've already kind of touched on that
there.
I was running a live music venue in Sunderland, a little rock and metal bar, and Paul came waltzing in one day, and we got talking, and like I said, that's how we met his wife in that bar as well. Huh? And you talk about music, you realise that you've got a lot in common, so you start jamming together, and kind of went from there.
Cool. Now, each of you, what are your personal music interests?
Me personally, I'm more into black metal, so bands like Emperor, Enslaved, Wolves in the Throne Room, that sort of jam. But also Fear Factory is a massive influence. Dino Cazares is probably one of the first guitarists that made me really notice the structure of rhythms in music, and I think it's quite clear that I'm very heavily influenced by him, along with black metal. But generally I'm quite eclectic, so I also like bands like Pink Floyd, a huge influence. David Gilmour's, again, another fine guitarist. And a weird 70s band that not many people have probably heard of is Tangerine Dream. Massively influenced by them as well.
Cool. So down...
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry. I've got to let you finish first.
I was just going to say, from me, it tends to be more death metal. Deicide, Carcass. Growing up, it was Pantera, Machine Head, a bit of Testament. I like a lot of Frank Zappa and a lot of Led Zeppelin, that kind of thing as well.
And I think there's many, many more that you're not mentioning, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I know you guys had a big long list that you wanted us to air today, but we weren't able to do that, so we decided we're going to do a whole show for you guys down the road and air all the bands that you wanted us to play, because unfortunately things occurred again and we weren't able to air them for you, but at least we get to jam your awesome tunes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what have some of your struggles been, being a two-man band?
I don't really think that we've had much in the way of struggles, to be honest. If anything, just being the two of us working together makes life a little bit easier, you know what I mean? There's less, less opinions getting voiced, less, me and Paul are very much on the same page. With other members, you get people that aren't quite on the same page and they want to go in different directions and that kind of stuff. This is probably the easiest band that I've ever been in, if I'm perfectly honest.
And you guys,
so easy going.
Did you guys have bands before this band?
I haven't been in a band for quite a lot of years, sort of 6 or 7 years. So, to be honest, I've always found getting on with other people fine in music. That's never really been an issue. But you inherently do get the odd personality that can make it difficult.
Yeah, it could be difficult down the road, but as long as you guys get along, that's a good thing. You guys don't argue or anything, right?
No. We're too laid back and too old for that.
Yeah.
Too old. How many current releases do you guys have out?
We've currently got 1 EP and 2 singles. I personally have got a solo album out as well. There's a couple of singles spawned off that, and a very dodgy experimental EP, which I probably advise people not listen to because it's horrendous.
Yeah, so the EP's out. The EP came out, about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And we've just launched ourselves straight back into writing an album, which we're hoping to have out by the end of the year. Working title for that is Shadow and Flame.
Cool.
I think we're going to stick with that because we quite like the concept. We've demonstrated on the EP that we can stick to our old school roots with some of the songs with the death and black metal, but we're also willing to experiment. So Shadow and Flame is hopefully going to sum up, the experimental elements, the dark, shadowy elements, and the stuff where we're just all out, angry death metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you explain to everyone, where your tracks come from? I know we had discussed it before, and I think it's quite interesting, the stories behind your music.
Yeah, absolutely. So Your Possible Past, it opens with that track. It tells the story of a heartbreak and death of a loved one, drug addiction, and a near-death experience. And as a result of all of that, the constant battles with these personal demons. Actually, at the very end of the song, it ends in kind of a panic attack to sort of convey the emotion in that. The EP then moves on to a tale of the expulsion of Lucifer from the heavens. It's literally straight out of the Bible. There's actually quite a good Latin quote in that. From there, it moves on to the track Lecter, which is based on the Thomas Harris character, the author of Silence of the Lambs. So he's famous for his meticulous nature and his fine banquets, and the song kind of describes in graphic detail the consumption of human meat.
Kind of based on the little bit that... Yeah, they touch on that little bit where he's on about feeding the violin player to the rest of the orchestra, and I kind of tried to capture what it would have been like around that dining table when I was writing it. So,
Are you eating the brains?
yeah, I think I'd go for the heart. Probably the skull.
That's funny. All right, we're going to let everyone listen to, one of your tracks off of your possible past. Here's Fallen. Everybody crank it up and crank your neighbors.
Yeah!
That was just Fallen. I have to say, you guys cranked my ears out there. That's an awesome track.
Awesome.
Cheers, thank you.
Glad you like it.
What's the story behind that one?
That is quite literally, it tells the story of Lucifer being cast down from heaven after trying to take over. There's no kind of religious or anti-religious spin on the song. It's just, it's a cool story at the end of the day. It's quite literally as fire and brimstone as you can possibly get. So I figured let's tell that tale. So we did.
And I know you both have quite some stories to tell of your past and things that have occurred and that caused you to make this album, correct?
Correct, yes.
Very tragic stories.
It is, yes. The title track, Your Possible Past, the death of the loved one, that was my cousin. We were born on the same year, and we grew up like brothers. And he passed away when he was 19 with leukemia, and it was something very difficult to try and get over. To be honest, it's one of the things that you probably don't ever get over. You know, it's constantly in the back of your mind. And I kind of had this weird complex after that. And well, I was really into scuba diving. You kind of one point think you're indestructible, and I had a major accident that I required airlifting to a recompression chamber. I was paralysed actually when I got there.
Wow.
I couldn't feel it. And fortunately, the recompression treatment worked. But given the depth I was diving to, and the fact I was diving on mixed gases, in all honesty, I shouldn't be here. And it kind of got me thinking, there's only one person looked after me here, and it's my cousin. You know, that's all I felt. As a, you know, personal demons kind of manifest in many ways, and it's something that's always been a bit of a shadow, and that sounds quite cliche, but I really wanted to write this just to get the story out there. It's a little bit of personal therapy, I guess.
Amazing. So I do have a question. How do you pronounce the name of your band? Because earlier I said Acherontia Sticks, and someone from the chat room said that I said macaroni and sticks. So could you give them the right pronunciation?
Yeah, sure. It's Acherontia Sticks.
All right, we got it now. It's not macaroni and sticks. That's a good thing.
I reckon we should release an EP called Macaroni and Sticks.
Yeah.
Next little EP that we release is going to be called Macaroni and Sticks.
You should do it actually, because then you go from eating brains to sticks. Pretty cool.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Are you guys working on any other projects currently? Have any videos out there that anyone could check out?
Yeah, I mean, all the videos are up on our YouTube channel. You know, we've got all the social media channels as well. If you search us, then you'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Bandcamp, all of that kind of thing. And we're on all the streaming sites as well. You know, Apple Music, Google Play, pretty much everything that's out there. You can find us as long as you search the name. Getting the spelling right can sometimes be a little bit difficult, but you can get there.
So
search Silence Alarm.
Yeah, just don't type in macaroni and sticks, because that'll get you a meal.
No, I think I'm going to go and try and get the Twitter handle and the Instagram handle on those in a moment, just to make sure that if anybody gets mixed up, then they still come through to us.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I knew you had some new information you wanted to share with anyone. I just didn't know if today was the right time.
It's on the social media that we could potentially have somebody new joining us. At the moment, I think it's obvious that somebody's there, but we don't want to quite give away who it is just yet.
Okay.
You know, we're writing the album. He's come in at the beginning of writing the album, so he's had a lot of input. But I think we're going to wait until we've at least got the first track down. That's not far away. We were hoping to preview it tonight, but we don't want to rush it.
No.
But rest assured that when that track comes, you guys have got it first, and you know, maybe then we'll let you in on a little secret.
Oh, I can't wait to hear your secrets. I bet you have a lot to tell.
You have no idea.
Well, right now I'm going to ask and see if anyone in the chat room has some questions, and we're going to listen to your second track here, and
Awesome.
we'll get it on air. And if you could announce it, it's Eyes of Glass for us.
Okay, hi, I'm Dean Fell from Acherontia Sticks. You're tuned in to the Thunderhead Show, MetalDevastationRadio.com, where metal reigns supreme! And this is Eyes of Glass.
Oh, yeah.
title.
Hey,
'Cause
can you
I
hear
love
the guys talking? Hey, that was just
it.
Eyes of Glass. I am here with Acherontia Styx. Hell yeah, that's a badass track.
Awesome. Glad you like it, guys.
Can you explain to everyone about that track a little and tell everyone who writes the lyrics, please?
Yeah, so Eyes of Glass is based, we'll go back to Thomas Harris again, best way to put it, it's kind of the story of Francis Dolarhyde from Red Dragon, but it's not so much what he does. I wanted to try and get inside of his head a little bit, which is why we've got all of those mad voices in there. You know, Dolarhyde's character, he's obviously a fucking lunatic, but you see that tender side of him with Reba in the books and in the movie as well. So I wanted to try and capture what the whirlwind of, you know, different thoughts and emotions must be going on in his head. So we put out on social media and just asked people to contribute lines. The people that came back, I literally gave them a line and said it's got to be no longer than 11 seconds long. Do what you want, scream it, shout it, whisper it, you know, sing it, cry it. I believe in the email I said if you can fake an amazing orgasm, then put that in there as well. We wanted completely raw sounds, you know, to work with as opposed to giving anybody any direction. And we ended up coming back with some phenomenal stuff. You know, we've got a couple of very, very accomplished musicians in there, a couple of friends, our kids. I'll give them shout outs in a minute, probably towards the end of the show, but it's phenomenal what we got back.
We actually have some jingles we're going to play about them too as well during the rest of the show after the interview. So, hell yeah, I have to say that's amazing that you guys did that. I wish I had known. I would have given you something. Should do it again.
It might happen somewhere down the line. You never know.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, we're going to get to some questions from the chat room. We have quite a few questions in here. I wish you guys were in the chat room to see, but that's okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Martin from the chat room wants to know if your band is named after the moth or if that's just a coincidence.
No, I think we've already covered the Thomas Harris stuff pretty comprehensively over the course of the show. The name definitely comes from the moth. You've got that famous scene in Silence of the Lambs where was it Agent Starling? Meet Acherontia Styx, and just thought it's got a nice ring to it. It comes from quite a horrific source. It works.
That's cool. And coming from our Pappy in the chat room, he wants to know if you're touring or if you're going to play in London at any time that you know of.
We don't have any live plans at the moment. As we've mentioned, there's other members coming in order to complete the lineup and what have you. Once we've got something that we're happy with, then we're going to start looking more at getting out and about. But for the moment, we're just, you know, recording music that we like and releasing it.
Cool.
It works for Dark World.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
well, I have another shout out here from you guys from Richie Davidson. I don't know if you recognize who that is.
I do indeed. He's a bloody good friend of mine.
And he said he did play his venue, your venue, years ago with a covers band, if you know the name of the band.
A covers band.
And he thought he'd play a guitar solo on the table to look cool, and he fell on his head and split his head open.
I do remember that. I can't remember what Richie's covers band was called, though. And I used to have them on all the time. They were amazing. You know.
So what happened? Did he fall like off the table and like crack his head open, and you guys had to close the place down, or?
No, the gig just carried on.
Oh, that's cool.
That adds a lot to the gig.
And I do have another question. Do you like beans in your burritos?
Yes, absolutely. Spicy beans as well.
Yes.
Spicy beans, okay. That's going out to our guy Beans in the chat room. I made that question up because we call this guy Beans here. And he's just funny, so. Oh, he's Poon Slayer 5000, actually, someone else is saying, so. Hell yeah.
Slayer 5000. I bet he's about 8.
No, he's not. He's an adult. He's from the band. We have the band Grave Huffer in chat right now, so.
I've heard them. Grave Huffer are incredible.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of their stuff recently.
Yeah.
Big shout out to you guys. We love your stuff.
I
Definitely.
know. My favorite track by them is Shut Up and Skate. I love that track.
Mine is Grave Huffer.
And Mike likes Grave Huffer because Mike was in that. So.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. All right, I know you guys wanted to give a shout out to your people who were involved in Eyes of Glass. If you want to do that for us, that'll be cool.
Indeed, the contributing voices, you've got this amazing opera voice at the start. That's a girl called Tracy from Primitive Machine, Irish-based rock band. We've got some awesome death metal vocalists in there by Ian from Expedia and Bella from Necro Lilith. We've got my buddy Strom in there, who actually choked himself for one of the lines. He went full Michael Hutchins in order to get the effect that he wanted, so credit to him. Bianca, there's an Australian voice in there. We literally said all around the world, and that is true. She writes Blessed Altar Zine, and then we've got a guy called Tony. We've got Jacob and Nathan in there as well that just decided we want to be heard, we want to put some stuff in there, so they did, and it sounds incredible. Thank you to each and every one of you guys, because that song wouldn't be what it is without all of you in there. It's amazing what you did.
And Grave Huffer said thank you for mentioning them in the chat room. They said, cool guys, awesome, thanks. So that's really cool, that you guys know each other.
I wouldn't say I know them, I've seen them all over social media and all that kind of stuff, so I thought, let's check these guys out, and I like what they're doing.
Yeah, same. Absolutely.
Cool. All right, guys, we look forward to hearing your new music and about new things going on. Could you let everyone know your social media sites or anything else you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, Facebook's official Acherontia Sticks. Instagram is Acherontia Sticks Official. We're on Bandcamp under Dara Delph Records. There's a couple of extra thank yous I think that Paul wants to shout out, so go for it, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Go ahead.
Sorry,
you're
I'd just like to thank. I'd just like to thank my wife Marika for all the support, family, friends, everyone who's played us. You guys. Roy and Dan at Lincoln County Metalheads, they were actually the first guys to play us horns up with those brothers.
Yeah, and my wife, or soon-to-be wife, Lee, because I've just proposed to her. If you listen, Lee, love you. My daughter Faith, and my son Jacob, and obviously, as Paul's already said, you guys, you know what I mean. Zach got really behind us when we won Band of the Month. You guys have been playing us, and obviously just everybody at Metal Devastation Radio. You guys are amazing. You really are.
Well,
absolutely.
Without good bands like you, we wouldn't have a station. So I want to say thank you very much. And if you could do a quick shout out for the radio station, kind of what we went through the last time, if you remember.
Okay. Hi, we're Acherontia Sticks. You're tuned in to the Thunderhead Show on MetalDevastationRadio.com.
Oh yeah, you guys rock. Thank you so much. We're going to crank up some Fear Factory now. So let's crank it up, and if the U-Hauls aren't coming, you're not cranking it loud enough. So crank it up. You're tuned into Thunderhead Show on Metal Devastation Radio.
Put your speakers out your windows. Fear Factory coming up next. A Therapy for Pain. This is off Demanufacture, 1995, I believe. Stay tuned. Crank it up. Big shout out to Acherontia Sticks, Grant, Paul, awesome, and everybody that was tuned in. Cheers.
Waking into realms of light, there will be no death tonight.
everybody. This is David Ellison from Megadeth, and we are hanging here on the Thunderhead Show on Metal Devastation, where metal reigns supreme.
If you're frightened of dying and you're holding on, you'll see devils tearing your life away. But if you've made your peace, then the devils are really angels, freeing you from the earth.